Hey guys, we're OSMVTXreviews.com. You're watching a review of the Fujifilm Finepix F401 series digital camera. This is a pretty old-fashioned camera in the sense that it only has a 2.1 megapixel camera sensor, but it has a very cool design that is futuristic and I'm pretty envious of. In terms of image quality, though, it's surprisingly good because it has a high-definition color processor on here, which makes the device have a very good color saturation and high resolution. In terms of the actual image quality, it's very good, and you'll be actually surprised by how good it is for only 2.1 megapixels. Otherwise, it has a specific specifications that are designed to be used for online services such as IM or email, and you can post the images and videos you take with the camera online using a computer. It has an ISO sensor on here that you can manually select and change. And pretty much that's it. This is a product that was made originally in Japan, so again, it's not made in China, so it has a good quality construction to it. It's made entirely out of metal, and we'll see that in a second. This thing wasn't cheap when it first came out, and it still isn't cheap today. It costs around $200 to $300 depending on where you look online, so it's quite expensive. It does come with an included free cradle for charging the thing, though, which is very cool. The box also includes a user's manual, a software CD guide, a information for the cradle, and we also have a quick start guide, in addition to a advanced software guide for more in-depth information. As far as the camera goes, again, it looks very much like a cube or a square, which is very cool and very cutesy design. And the most impressive thing, though, is going to be how it actually works. To charge the thing, we use the cradle, and you would put this thing in like so, like a phone, and it was sighted in and pressed down, and you would charge it by plugging in a cord onto the back. When the device is charging, you can also see an LED indicator on the dock ignite red. You can also connect it to a PC using the dock. For demonstration purposes, I'm just going to charge this thing using its built-in charger on the side and a cord that I have right here, but we'll get to see the dock hopefully later on. As I said earlier, the Finepix F401 series is made 100% out of metal. As a result, the build quality and construction feels pretty incredible. The first thing you'll probably notice when you pick up this camera is how come I can't exactly, turn it on, because there isn't a power on and off button. And that's because to turn the device on, you actually slide the mechanism here to the left. Sliding it to the left, the blue lights will ignite and the device will turn on like so after a series of beeping noises. Again, this seems like a very cool and kind of futuristic design in my opinion. You can also learn more information about the camera when it's turned on. For example, that it has a 3x optical zoom, and it's how much diameter and specifications for the lens are. You can read that over here. For such a small camera, it has a pretty good optical zoom. We'll see that in a second again. On the top here, we have LED indicators, a xenon flash, a viewfinder for the camera. The left houses a lanyard cord. The top has a 2-stage camera shutter key for the autofocus camera. The top also has a speaker/microphone for recording videos and movies. Same here. We also have a USB port on the side, a charging port on there. On the bottom, we have a tripod stand. And on the back, again, we have that 1.6-inch TFT display. And also, we have a series of display to show back images, to go back and forth between our images, and also a menu key. To select back and forth between taking pictures, viewing images, and recording video, there's a slider mechanism here. We also see a port for our viewfinder. In terms of menu navigation, though, and zooming in and out, it's basically outdone by this selection button here. To zoom in and out, we just go up and down on the scroll button. So I'm just going to say, okay, I'm going to set the time really fast. And to zoom in and out, again, you just press up using this little scroll key, and then press down will actually zoom out of your subjects. You also have a button to turn flash on and off and to focus into very close-up objects such as flowers or close-up shots that you want to take. An interesting thing about this is that when the device is not in use, you can see that it doesn't take SD cards, but rather smart media cards. And it has a 1,200 milliamp hour rechargeable lithium-ion batteries. To take out the memory card, there's also a very cool design here. Instead of just pressing on it, it's not spring-loaded. Instead, there's a little mechanism here that you flip up, like so, and then you press down, and then the card will automatically be pressed up. So you can take it out and then put it back in, and then the device will press up again, and you just flip it down. So again, there's a lot of design work that are kind of secretive and discreet that overall makes this camera just very, very cool, and it has a lot of elements that you don't traditionally see in a digital camera of this caliber. In terms of performance is concerned, battery life is on the lower side of the spectrum. Unfortunately, it's not all good. We did find that battery life only lasted us around a day or two with moderate usage, which is kind of low and subpar. But as far as camera image quality goes, it's extremely good. As far as focusing goes, zooming in and out takes a little bit longer than we would have liked. It's a little bit slow on that. But after we are zoomed in, focusing into subjects was extremely easy. We also really love the LCD display on here because it's extremely high resolution and it's really crisp and easy to see. You can also toggle between your different resolution modes by pressing on the menu, and then you will have the ability to cycle through, different image qualities from 2 megapixels to you can actually go all the way up to 4 megapixels, or it says so on here, which is interesting because it isn't labeled on the box. And you can also go back and forth between self-timers and stuff like that. And you can also change the quality, the self-timer, the focusing modes, the manual setup modes, the LCD brightness modes. So a lot of features in a very cleverly designed menu interface as well. Let's go back. For example, if we wanted to take an image of this dock, we can just press once to focus and then press once to take the image. It's going to flash, and we're going to successfully take the image like so. It shows also the number of shots remaining on here, so we have around 234 pictures that we can take. In case you don't want to use the LCD indicator, you can always use the viewfinder or traditional viewfinder to take your images, which works equally as well. Let's take a few more images. Let's try a close-up shot like so. See how that works. And again, it's a little bit oversaturated because of the flash, but if we wanted to, we can turn the flash off by pressing that again to turn the flash off, and take the same shot over again. So now it looks a little bit better. The LED indicator will flash red when it's thinking or processing the image. It's going to turn green when it's ready to take another new image. Let's take finally one more image of the box. So we have the box over here, and we're just going to take a picture of the camera itself. And we are finished. So let's take a look at our real image quality by going back to play, and you'll see that it's pretty impressive. Again, our subjects are nicely in focus, and overall the quality was pretty good. I can again use the zoom bar to zoom in and out of our subjects to view fine detail, and of course it's a little bit better in terms of experience on a computer, but it still works pretty well on this. So I can toggle back and forth between these images just by using these buttons, which are pretty responsive and easy to use. Let's record some video, and to do that I will just record something like this and show you. This is a test of the video recording capabilities of this camera. I can zoom in and out even as I'm recording video very fluently, and when I'm done, just press the button again. So it's in standby, and it's going to think about it, and hopefully it's going to be done. So right now I'm in a 320 by 240 resolution at 120 frames per second mode, so it has a pretty good frame rate as well. Let's go back to play, and I'm going to play this video. I'm going to press down, and now it's playing. You can see that camera recording is a little bit grainy, and it's not as good as I expected it to be, but it still is pretty decent in terms of color saturation. Again, the viewfinder isn't doing this thing justice on the screen. It's a lot sharper than what you're seeing right now on screen, but camera, the picture taking quality is a lot stronger than video recording quality, as one might expect, but overall it's still very usable. So again, this is a very interesting camera, the Finepix by Fujifilm, the F401 series, with a great LCD on here, a really cool design, and a very pocketable size. Again, when this thing was first released, I really did think it was pretty revolutionary, and I wanted to go back in time and share with you one of my favorite in terms of design cameras that I've had the fortune of testing in the past. Again, a pretty interesting camera, and if you enjoyed this review, please read our full written review on our website at os and vtxreviews.com. This has been the Finepix by Fujifilm, the F401 series.